It's a beautiful morning here on Tempe Town Lake, and this morning you're going to learn how to rig a single person rowing a shell. Now there are many different types of shells, as you can see, and they all have different types of riggers. Some attach from the side, and some attach top to bottom. The boat that we're rigging today has a rigger that attaches top to bottom, and our first step is taking it off the rack. Then we head over to our slings so we can get started. The only tool we need today is a wrench. Shells either take 7/16 or 10mm, and today we're going to be using the 10. We have a traditional wrench as well as a socket wrench, but the socket wrench is only going to fit one way. Loosening the nut is obviously pretty simple, and then once you get it loose enough, you can use your hand to get the rest. Take off the washers, and then do the same with the other 3 nuts and bolts. Make sure you have a place to store the washers and nut while you do the rest. The bolts on this boat are pretty corroded, so we're going to want to clean those up, and that's the project today. Then we take off the rigger just by pulling up with a little bit of force, and it's time to clean. We're just using a little bit of penetrating oil to get into those bolts, and we're going to use a wire brush to get rid of some of that corrosion so we can get the bolt out. Now isn't that beautiful? So an issue that we had today was that when we tried to get this bolt out, it actually pulled the thread with it, so we're going to want to replace that. The other bolts came out easily enough, and now it's time to take the seat off. So for the seat, we just bring it to the front of the track and pull it off with a little bit of force. Then we can clean out the slide with WD-40 and a rag. At this point, you could put it on a trailer and go off to a competition, but we're just going to re-rig the boat. So seat back on the same way that you took it off, and you can see it runs really smooth because of that grease. Now you should have a regular washer, a lock washer, and then a nut. And the order is important because this lock washer actually locks the nut down and won't let it loosen. So get your bolts back through, and then get your rigger back onto the boat, and then regular washer, lock washer, nut. That order is important. Then simply tighten it down and do the same for the other 3 bolts, and then you are good to row.